direction. And we say, may you bless all of this arrangement in the name of your dear Son, Jesus Christ, we pray.
Amen.
Now, we're coming back from the realms above, having spoken to Baba God. This morning, I have the privilege to be taking you through the intro of our very business. I think it's like this year is running too fast.
January gone.
January is already gone. I just can imagine it was like yesterday when people were drawing all resolutions upon resolution in a bid to cross over, and it looks as if January was far off. But from what we are seeing already, the thing is running like Usain Bolt. Rocket speed. Today is 28. 3 days from now to wind up. And then the next thing that is looking at you is the bills to pay. Some people are here to recover from the December expenses. Some who travel to the village are here to come back from the village. It's sad to say some may not come back. Because what it takes to come back is not there. And if you leave anything behind to come back for. I wish they were in SWIFTtrip. They will have reasons to come back.
I hear you,
sir. They would have made disciples at home, and while they were celebrating, money would have been hitting their accounts. So coming back wouldn't have been an option to consider. It's a must. So you are here today. It is grace that have found you. So what is SWIFTtrip? You are aware very well that our business is not a new one. What we're talking about, what we're canvassing today, is something that a number of us are familiar with. This is what we'll be telling you. So watch, because we are introducing what is a product of the latest version of the internet, which is called Web3. The latest version of the internet. You see, if you are afraid of change, it simply means that you're not ready to move.
I hear you, sir.
Change is the only thing that is constant, we're told, and is inevitable. So what you do is to embrace it, even when you don't understand it, and begin to learn in the process. Don't wait to understand it all before you come in. Otherwise, you will only live to tell the stories of those who did. Say, I was aware when they were talking about it. And may God help you don't have children that are like me, because I pardon my father because there are times the information was scarce. But not like today, where information is everywhere. So if you miss out on it, your children will roast you. Pray they don't get to know you heard about this and you didn't take advantage of it. So watch the screen and see the pattern we're going to take this morning. Here we're going to look at what is SWIFTtrip, where we are, how our customers benefit, and how our subscribers, where you are and I am, and of course we both double as both customers and also subscribers. You will get to know as we go on how we all will benefit. So in brief, what is SWIFTtrip? That's the big question that a number of us are asking this morning. SWIFTtrip is simply what you're seeing there, a Web 3.0 decentralized eco-chain enterprise, which is robust in platform, of course, and in service. How? Let's go in now. When we talk about Web3, I told you in my intro, it's the latest version of the internet. So the internet today is almost like what we can't do without anymore. Every one of us that has a phone now would prefer to have data in our phone as against eating breakfast. It has got to that point where if you don't have data in your phone, it's as if something is missing in your life.
I hear you, sir.
You look miserable. So when you have 500 naira, for a number of us who understand the power of this internet, prefer to buy data, because we know the data of 500 naira might just produce another 10,000 naira for us. That's it. But that is when you understand how it works. So that brings us to what are indeed the core values and services of SWIFTtrip, given the fact that you've heard is taking advantage of the Web3 today. Now look at what this Web3 is introducing into our space, which SWIFTtrip has keyed into as part of its core value. One of it is the services we are out to render, and that is aviation. We have the second one, e-taxi. The third one, e-commerce. the fourth is logistics, and the fifth is hospitality. All these are backed up by the Web3, that is the latest version of the internet today, ably supported by the revolution that is disruptive, that is blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is, supporting all of this. And if your business is here to see the need to key into that wave of technology that is disruptive, then you must have to have a rethink, because that is where the world is headed. That is where the world is now. Of course, you are aware that the most powerful president in the world today is pro-blockchain, is pro-crypto. Little wonder that before he was sworn in, some smart guys took advantage of his popularity to launch a coin in his name. And you can see what it pulled out as liquidity from the coin market base. It was massive, well over $70 billion. It tells you, see, you can't do without this technology. People are cashing out big time, and that is where we are coming in today. Now, we introduce to you our 5 core values and services. And these values and services are not new. They are not alien to us. They are already in existence. So when we are talking about it, don't think we're talking about something that is like a rocket science. No. When I was much younger, I was made to believe that aviation sector was only run and managed by countries of the world. That was when we used to have Nigerian Airways, British Airways, and a host of other ones, Air France, name them. But today, is that still the order of the day? No, we now have individuals like you and I, now becoming major player in these sectors. Back here in Nigeria, we are not, lagging behind. We have Nigerians who are showing their sagacity and temerity in this field. The likes of our own brother, Alan Oyeman, has proven his worth with his LPs. We have Arumeme with Arik Air, and so many other entrants are coming into this industry, telling you that that which was run by countries of the world, because governments have no business in business, they are allowing private investors to own this space. And we have our own stake to come into. And so we are coming in to add our voice to what is already being done.
Sure.
The question you'll be asking is, can we succeed? Can we be successful in the midst of this giant? The answer is yes, because we have something they don't have. We are bringing on board something they don't have. And very soon they'll be calling us to come and explain and teach them. Because if we fail to embrace this new concept, a number of them will go obsolete. They will be out of business. So we are coming in to change the way aviation will be run all over the world. And of course, the next one is our e-taxi. That's where we actually started from, the e-taxi. Again, I always like referring to history, because if you don't understand your history, you won't know where you're going to.
Certainly,
There was a time in this country whereby if you want to travel to anywhere, like I would look at my father when I was younger. He would drag us because, sorry, the man is late. I wish he was alive today to enjoy some of the beauties of life. We want to go to the village, come and see all of us, because we were like, he was a very productive man in all aspects. So he showed the number of children he had, 10 of us. So if you want to go to the village with him, because when his mother was alive, both grandmothers were there, my grandfather, come and see us going to the park. Hey, have you seen dog farrow before? When the mother duck is in front and all the ducklings are behind. That was how we were moving. We will hold each other so that nobody misses the, children now, so that we don't run into the road. If only this app was in existence then, I would not be going through that rigor of holding my younger ones. All of us like moving like chain. No. And when the man thought of this, people thought he was mad, that I'm going to create a system, an app, that will connect passengers and drivers together. You heard what Kobe had said. That's the most stupidest thing he ever thought of, because that was what his mind could conceptualize. So your mind is your limitation.
Yeah.
It is what you allow into it that thrives in your life. If you cannot conceive it and my mind can carry it, I will do bigger exploits. And that's what we're telling you. Today, what was like an impossibility is now a household thing. And in Nigeria, we have so many people copying this system. The latest among the entrants is one I saw the signboard called Wakajube. Of Of course, you be sure that you see all kind of names in Nigeria very soon with respect to Itazi app. We have Wakajigbe already. Don't be surprised to hear Amadioha Itazi app tomorrow. Okay? So Uber pioneered it, and we are coming to say, Uber, thank you for showing us the way, but we want to enhance it and make it more, human friendly, pocket friendly, and of course, enriching to those who are the customer and not just the owners. And thank God to the internet again. You see, if you were in this era and you're of my generation as a digital migrant, count yourself fortunate that you met it. Why am I saying that? There was a time our parents told us, don't eat food from strangers. But with the latest version of the internet, all of us are now eating food from strangers.
I hear you,
Both
sir.
people we don't know via e-commerce. Thank God for COVID, because it magnified that process. When everyone was locked in and locked down, schools, churches, who would have thought that God can be accessed through the internet? And we saw it when people started saying it's not going to work. But within a short time, when others started it, others have no choice but to copy.
Sure.
Because the government came down on them that, look, if you hold a gathering of more than 10 persons, you close down your premises, either business or church. And so the church have no choice, the schools have no choice, they have to start using Zoom. And that was what helped e-commerce to thrive, because businesses were now running from their homes. Today, we are saying, how many of us benefited from this COVID pandemic that brought the world to a standstill? We are saying you can benefit today because it has opened the door of opportunities. And that is why SwiftMart, powered by SWIFTIFY Technologies, is just knocking at the door and is around your corner, where every one of us can buy and sell from the comfort of our homes. Promote whatever you have. After buying and selling, the next question will be, okay, how do I get this thing to my house now? You also don't have a problem. The likes of DHL has showed us the way, including the UPS, and locally here we have the G&G that are doing it very well. And of course, we have those ones that are run by our neighbors, the dispatch riders all over the place in Port Harcourt. I even saw that they're now using bicycle for dispatch riding too,
Sure.
because of the cost of fear. And some are even using their legs to trek it. Whichever way, provided let the product arrive at your destination.
I hear you,
So
sir.
SwiftTrip is also bringing this logistic part of our business, whereby as you shop in our mall, in our SwiftMart, it's a one-stop. We'll have it delivered through SwiftTrip Logistics Services. Wonderful. And of course, we know very soon we will be traveling around the world, both shareholders and those who care to join the ranks of customers who will make a difference. Because customers would also make so much money. And so when we travel out the world and even visit places of interest in Nigeria, one of the needs of man is where to stay, shelter. So we have our hospitality industry that is doing massively well today. We would expand the cost of it. And that is what SwiftTrip is bringing on board too. So you can imagine a business that has a combo of 5 services in one. With a one-time payment, you own all of these. In fact, it's a giveaway if you understand what we're talking about. This is a giveaway. It's a rare commodity. It comes but once in a lifetime. If you're hearing us today and you're yet to take that decisive action, don't waste further time. At the end of this presentation, count yourself fortunate that yes, Providence have met you. That you are here to listen to us today. The question is, you've sounded so nice, okay? This thing, they look good, but when is it going to come to life? When are we going live? When are we going to launch? Simply put, the answer is not hidden. One, we would like to let you know that we are currently at its development/vision phase. And what we are doing is calling for subscribers, calling for collaborators, so that we can all facilitate this process of business development. Because I alone cannot do it. Honorable Richard alone cannot do it. He doesn't have the money. And even if he does have the money, the system we are building does not need one person to bring the money.
You're right, sir.
The system we're building is something unique because we're already creating a market before the launch of business. You know what that means? You understand as we go further. When I say we're creating a market before the launch of business. Now, for you that is ready now, that the butterflies are already in your tummy, saying, Oga, what does it take to come in? That brings us to the various subscription levels. And they are, from the dealer's package, which is occupying number 1 slot, to the base slot, which is number 7. These 7 categories are, we call them stake. And of course, the 8th one is a node, and you want to know what is the difference. Watch your screen very well. Something is happening. There is a yellow line cutting off the 7 first mentioned from the last. The 7 are the stake, and very soon, it may not take more than a month again, it might not be available again. And what will be made available is just the node. So even though, if you bring the whole money there, we will tell you bye-bye, the opportunity is gone. Now, what does it mean for you to be a dealer's holder and owner of this business? It means you're that man that have the large heart and say, I didn't know there was an opportunity like this. I want to own the largest share, or one of the largest shares, that gives you the ownership right of 0.05%. What it will take from you is just $128,000 from now, because our conversion rate is at $1,000 to a naira. And so that represents 128 million naira. That gives you the ownership right of 0.05%. Now, it goes down to base slot, which is 2 million naira or 2,000 naira. That gives you the ownership right of 0 into 3 places, 5%. Now, in all of this, one thing is constant. Your percentage of ownership will never change, but the value attached to it could change. That is why if you look at the node, which is a list in its category, is 100,000 naira, and it gives you the ownership right of 0 into 5 places, 1 to 5%. But today, because grace have met you, you are witnessing the promo that is ongoing for some time now. So as against 100,000 naira or $100, what you pay is 79,000 naira or $79. So you're saving a whooping $21 or 21,000 naira. It may look small, but by the time we delve into the business of the day, that smallest unit is capable of making you a billionaire. Did you just hear billionaire? Yes. So if your family is here to produce billionaires before, you are just set, poised to be one. If your village is here to produce one, you might just be the first billionaire in your community. So it tells you how easy to become a game changer in your small space. I'm already one. Whether my village people like it or not, I am going to be among the billionaires that came out from that community, because we've produced 1 or 2 before, but I will be the next.
Amen.
Right. Courtesy of this wonderful opportunity.
Wow.
So let's now see when we will go live. My desire is I will go live today, but it is hinged on certain parameters. And what are these parameters? Watch it. SWIFTtrip is indeed going to go live at the sales of 3% shares of its entire shares that will be given out to the entire public.